What if I told you that right now you are connected to everything, not just to the people you know, but to strangers across the world, to moments that haven't happened yet, to opportunities that are already moving toward you? The connection is invisible. Science calls it quantum entanglement. Mystics call it the web of life. Different names, same truth. Through this web, your thoughts travel. Your emotions send ripples. Your intentions pull on threads. You can't see, but you can feel, and every signal you send is answered. Most people move through life unaware that they are weaving reality with every moment. They pull on threads without knowing it. They send out signals without choosing them. But once you understand how this works, you can stop creating by accident and start creating with intention. Because when you learn to move within the quantum web, you stop waiting for life to change and start becoming the change yourself. There are threads, invisible to the eye, but undeniable to the soul. They stretch beyond what we can touch, beyond what we can measure, connecting you to people, places, and events you have not yet met. Science calls it quantum entanglement. Mystics have called it the web of life. Different names, same truth. These threads carry more than energy. They carry memory. They carry intention. They carry the silent agreements. Your soul made before you arrived here. You felt them in the sudden thought of someone, followed by their unexpected message, in the way a random encounter changes the direction of your entire life. The threads are always there, woven into the very fabric of reality. You may not see them, but they are pulling, guiding, whispering in ways your logical mind can barely understand. And the moment you begin to notice them, the world will never look the same again. In the quantum world, distance is an illusion. Two particles, separated by light years, can still move as if they are one. What happens to one is instantly mirrored in the other dash. No signal traveling between them, no delay, no obstacle of space or time. Now imagine that you are one of those particles, that somewhere dash, or everywhere dash. There are connections just as instant, just as intimate, tying you to people, to opportunities, to moments that haven't yet arrived. This is why a decision you make today can ripple into the future and call something back to you tomorrow. It's why your energy, your thoughts, your emotions matter far more than you've been told. Because the field doesn't care about the miles between. It doesn't care about the clock. It responds only to the signal you send, and that signal is always now. If the quantum field is the web, your subconscious is the doorway. It is the hidden operator dash, receiving signals from the field, sending signals back, without your conscious mind even realizing it. Think of it as a translator. Between the language of thought and the language of reality, your conscious mind is the captain who sets the destination. But your subconscious is the crew that actually sails the ship. The trouble is, most of that crew is running on old maps. Maps drawn from past experiences, from inherited beliefs, from fears you didn't even know you carried. So even when you think you're aiming for abundance, love, or new possibilities, your subconscious may still be broadcasting, a very different signal, and the quantum field will always mirror back the signal it receives, not the one you wish you were sending. To change what comes to you, you must first change the operator. You must step into the doorway and rewrite what's being sent out. Every thought you have is more than just a flicker in your mind. It is a signal, a vibration, a thread sent out into the field, searching for a match. When you think of someone with love, that thread carries warmth, an open frequency that invites connection. When you dwell in fear, that thread carries contraction, calling back experiences that mirror that same energy. Your thoughts are not contained in your head. They travel. They weave themselves into the invisible web that binds everything together. And the field responds, not out of judgment, but out of resonance. Like attracts like. Frequency meets frequency. Thread finds thread. This is why changing your thoughts is not just a mental exercise. It is an act of creation. Because every time you think with intention, you are sending out a new thread, one that can pull a different reality toward you. Beneath every thought you notice, there are hundreds you don't. These are your hidden programs, beliefs and patterns buried so deep that they run without your awareness. They are the reason you keep meeting the same kind of person, the reason you repeat the same struggles, no matter how much you try to change. Some of these programs are inherited. They came from your family, your culture, your earliest experiences. Others were built in moments of pain, when your mind made quiet decisions to protect you, even if that protection now feels like a prison. The quantum field listens to these programs as much as it listens to your conscious thoughts. So if a hidden belief says, "I'm not worthy," or "good things don't last for me," that signal will thread itself into reality again and again. The field is not cruel. It's simply consistent. And until you uncover these programs and choose to rewrite them, you will keep pulling the same threads, weaving the same patterns into the fabric of your life. To change what the field sends back to you, you must change the signal you're sending out. This is not about forcing positivity or pretending pain doesn't exist. It's about consciously choosing the frequency you want to broadcast. Start by noticing your patterns, the words you repeat, the emotions you rehearse, the stories you keep alive. Then, rewrite them, replace "I never get what I want" with "I am open to receiving what is meant for me." Replace "nothing ever changes" with "I am in the middle of a shift." Each new thought is a new thread, and the more you repeat it, the stronger it becomes in the field. If you've been feeling ready to shift your energy, to unlock the version of you that's been waiting beneath old programs, I've created something to guide you deeper. It's called the 19-Day Awakening. It's not just a journal. It's a sacred space for rewiring your signal, aligning your subconscious, and stepping fully into your true frequency. You'll find it in the first pinned comment below when the time is right. Because the moment you change your signal, your reality has no choice but to respond. When you change your signal, the threads begin to move. At first, the shift may be subtle, a conversation that feels lighter than usual, an unexpected opportunity that matches the new frequency you've been sending. Then the signs become undeniable. You notice synchronicities, numbers repeating in chance meetings, messages arriving at the perfect moment. These are not accidents, they are confirmations. The web is responding, pulling new threads toward you. Sometimes the old threads still tug. Old patterns try to pull you back into familiar territory. That's normal. It's simply the echo of your past signal fading away. The key is not to panic when the old shows up. Instead, keep choosing the new. Keep broadcasting the frequency you've claimed. Because the more you anchor it, the more the field aligns to meet you where you now stand. And one day, you realize the life around you looks completely different because the threads you once pulled have been rewoven into something entirely new. There is a point where you stop feeling separate from the field. The threads are no longer out there. They are here, in you, through you. You begin to sense the quiet hum beneath every moment. You feel connected, even when you are alone. This is merging with the field dash, not as an idea, but as a lived experience. You realize that your thoughts are not just yours. They are ripples, moving through the collective. You start to notice that when you align within ... things align without. People appear, doors open, solutions arrive. Without struggle. It's not magic, it's resonance. It's the natural outcome of moving in harmony with the web you are always part of. And once you've felt this connection, you can never truly forget it. Because the truth is, you were never separate. You were simply learning to remember. The moment you merge with the field, you stop seeing yourself as small. You are no longer just a single point in space. You are part of a vast, living network. The quantum self knows that influence is not about force. It's about frequency. It understands that every choice you make, every emotion you nurture, every vision you hold is already shaping what's on its way to you. The quantum self doesn't beg for change. It becomes the change. It stops asking, when will it happen for me? And starts living as if it already has. Because in the field, there is no one day. There's only now. And when you live from that place, when you embody the version of you that already exists in the web dash, you collapse the distance between desire and reality. You are no longer chasing your future. You are calling it into the present. This is the power of the quantum self dash. To know you are not separate from what you seek. You are the source of it. To live as the source is to stop waiting. It's the moment you understand that nothing out there has more power over your reality than what you choose to hold in here. You stop placing your energy in what you fear might happen and start feeding what you want to see happen. Living as the source means becoming intentional with every thread you send, every word, every thought, every silent belief that shapes the signal you broadcast. It's not about control, it's about creation. When you live this way, you no longer see life as something that happens to you. You see it as something that happens through you. And in that awareness, you begin to walk differently, speak differently, love differently, because the source doesn't chase, the source doesn't doubt, the source knows that everything it sends into the web will return dash in its own perfect time, in its own perfect form. Now you know you are not separate, you are not small, you are not powerless. Every thought you've ever had, every emotion you've ever held, every vision you've dared to imagine has already touched the quantum web. And the web always answers. The question is, will you keep sending the same signal, pulling the same patterns back to you? Or will you choose, right here and now, to send something new? Because the moment you change your frequency, the threads begin to move.
People shift.
Opportunities appear. Paths you didn't know existed start to open. If this message spoke to you, share it in the comments. Tell me the signal you are ready to send. Tell me the old thread you are ready to release. And if you want to keep walking deeper into the truth of who you are, subscribe. Turn on notifications. Stay close, because your next reality is already woven. It's just waiting for you to step into it.